It's a cold, gray spring day, and I want something warm for a snack. So I'm going to make some grilled herbed garlic bread. Now this recipe is about as simple as it gets. There's only a few ingredients and you can throw it together in just about 5 minutes. This is especially great if you're already cooking something on the grill, burgers, tri-tip, ribs, anything like that, and you just want an extra little something like garlic bread. So let me show you how I make this. What we're starting with here is a good sized loaf of French bread. This is probably about 18 inches long. I'm not going to make this whole thing. We're actually just going to cut it in half. Set the other half aside, wrap it back up. So now that we have our half, what we want to do is we're just going to split it down the middle. Doesn't have to be exact or perfect. This is garlic bread. Our two halves are ready. Let's make the herbed garlic butter. So here I've got about, I think 3 or 4 tablespoons of just, room temperature butter. If you want to soften it more in the microwave, you can. This works well for me. To this, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of minced garlic. If you like more of a garlicky flavor, add more. You can even use garlic powder here if you don't have minced garlic. The next thing I'm going to add is a couple teaspoons of Italian seasoning. Just dried Italian seasoning. That's it. Doesn't have to be fresh. I prefer dried when I'm making garlic bread. There we go. And then just a tiny little splash of black pepper. Now we are just going to start mixing this together. The softer your butter is without being melted, the easier this becomes. But take your time and work it all in there together. If you think you need more seasoning, add more seasoning. Trying to mash all of these flavors in here together. Make sure you mix it so you don't have too much garlic in one spot. You want everything evenly distributed. So remember, you can add whatever you want to this. If you want other flavors, you can. You can add some spice. You can add some cayenne. I just want some nice herbed garlic butter here. There we go. Our herbed garlic butter mixture. Let's get it on the bread. For putting this on the bread, I'm going to use the spoon that I used to mix it. I just get a good amount on the back side of the spoon and begin spreading. You can put it on as heavy or as light as you like. I like it somewhere in between. I don't like it too, goopy on here, but I do like to know that it's there. That to me is just about right. Get the other half here. Get that nice coating all over here. Now, some of this is also going to melt and distribute itself a little bit when we put this on the grill. Now that our two halves are coated with the herbed garlic butter, I'm actually going to sprinkle some more Italian seasoning right on top of this. Not a lot, just enough to give it an extra little bit of that Italian-y flavor with that oregano and that basil. You could put anything you want on here right now. You could salt it, put more pepper. Like I said, you could put cayenne if you like it spicy. Our bread is coated just right. Now we got to prep it to get it on the grill. So we're going to take a good sized sheet of aluminum foil. This is heavy duty aluminum foil. I've got my 2 halves of the garlic bread loaf. I'm going to put them back together. We're going to wrap them in foil for this first stage of the cooking process. Just like that. Now let's get it out to the grill. I'm going to be doing this grilled herbed garlic bread on the Weber Kettle today. I lit the coals earlier, some new, some that had been smothered from a previous cook, and now we're going to get it on there and get that garlic bread up to temperature, cooking it indirect in that foil. So the Weber's up to about 300 degrees, which is perfect. I don't want it to get really hot. That's why I didn't use a lot of charcoal in there. It's going to be kept at a moderate temperature while it's in the foil, just sort of baking indirect. But once we take it out of the foil, we're going to grill it directly over the coals to get that sort of crustiness we want. So you can see how I have this set up. the charcoal briquettes on one side of the kettle grill inside the inverted vortex accessory. So I'm going to go ahead and put the garlic bread on the indirect side. That vortex is a great accessory for your Weber grill or any charcoal grill. You can use it inverted, you can use it turned over like a cone to create a really intense column of heat to sear on, to cook using cast iron. It's a really neat accessory. I'll put links to that in the description below and to other items I used in this video. All right, so let's get our lid on and let this start baking. That'll come back up to temp pretty quickly. I have the vents fully open all the way around. I want good airflow so those coals burn and get hotter. We're gonna bake this loaf of herbed garlic bread for about 15 minutes before we take it out of the foil and then grill it directly over the coals. So it's just about 15 minutes. And as you can see, our temperature rose a little, about 350-ish, which is fine. Anywhere between 300, 350 when you're doing this on the grill, it's gonna be fine. You're not gonna burn it when it's wrapped in that foil. You're doing indirect anyway, so it's not gonna harm that. But let's get this open, get it out of the foil, and grill it over those coals. You can really smell that garlic even wrapped in all that foil. All right, let's open this up. Ooh, nice and steaming and warm. Ooh, let's see here, if you can see that. You see that? It's just steaming. Now we're just gonna put it right over the coals. We wanna make sure we watch this. They're only gonna go a few minutes, maybe even less if the fire's hotter. So don't walk away from these. Don't be afraid to check them. You can see that already. Grilling and sizzling. Don't wanna burn them. They get a little burn on them, it's not bad. A little bit crusty. I kinda like that actually. Let's see here, you can see that. Ooh, look at that. Just wanting to toast these. Just another 20 seconds and we're gonna be done. All right, I think we are there. Yep. Let's take this one off. Let's put these in a pan and get it inside to taste. So here is one of our pieces of garlic bread. I like this. See, I like that little bit of a char, especially around the edges. And I like it to be just sort of soft when you bite in. So this is going to be perfect. I'm going to cut a piece and have a taste. Look at that. Here we go. Mmm. Mmm. It has that nice crunch on the outside because we wrapped it in foil and baked it in direct for 15 minutes. Kind of crusted that up. But it is so garlicky good with those herbs in there. And just soft. On a cold day, this for sort of an afternoon snack is perfect in my book. To be honest, it's that wrapping in foil which brings everything up to temperature and helps crust that outside, doing it indirect for a bit. That's the key to this. You can grill it directly over the coals without doing that, but that helps get this outside crunch on it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to check out some of the other videos on my channel and consider subscribing. And if you do, make sure you click that bell for notifications. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.